Perfect. Can't wait to throw that out in 2 weeks.
Peter ain't exactly the poster boy for rational thinking, but every now and then he lets go of those truth bombs like it's nothing. So, here's 10 times Peter said what we were all thinking. Number 10. Guests and bathroom dilemma.
Boy, am I going to enjoy this meal. Not like last night when I didn't have time to poop before the guests arrived.
Family Guy knows how to drop those truth bombs within its wild storylines and a constant stream of gags. And this one, although short and sweet, is one of the most crucial and cringeworthy.
Do I have time? You know what? I'm gonna go for it. Son of a bitch!
Let's get real. Who hasn't felt the sudden urge to hit the bathroom when the guests are about to land? It's an awkward scenario, no doubt. And it gets a whole lot trickier when you invite people over for dinner, if you catch my drift. In those moments, all you can do is hide that need and attempt to savor the meal. Am I right?
Looks like I'm gonna have to pile dinner on top of that. Hey, guys, how are ya?
Number 9. The thing about Harold and Kumar.
You know me from the movie Harold, Kumar, and Peter Go to White Castle. As you can see, I'm enjoying a White Castle burger. Why? Because I don't do drugs.
Inside his crazy world of daydreams and his usual off-the-wall logic, Peter can be a truth-spewing machine when he feels like it. Like when his father-in-law greased him to wage war on weed, he rolled up his sleeves and gifted us with this beauty.
Took me 5 minutes to get to White Castle. I didn't get diverted by all those crazy hijinks. Because I don't get high.
During that wacky speech, Peter not only dished out some hilarious wisdom about Harold and Kumar going to White Castle, but he also threw a few comments at the beloved How I Met Your Mother sitcom.
The voice of the guy from the future, Bob Saget. I mean, the guy on the show, he's already an adult, you know, so it's not like he's going to grow into Bob Saget.
Okay, come on, we all dig the Harold and Kumar movies, maybe as much as we like How I Met Your Mother, but let's keep it real. These are the things we've thought about at some point, right?
Thank you for your time.
Number 8. Peter's pockets.
Thanks again for coming, guys. It really means a lot to me.
Of course, honey, we wouldn't miss it. Plus, it's a good excuse to put on my winter coat and find items from last year still in the pocket.
For those of us living in places with crazy climate change, and that's pretty much all of us, there's no denying the familiar sensation of slipping into a cozy jacket after several months. Some love it, some hate it. But one thing we can all agree on is we can totally relate to Peter.
Sticky pennies, a rock-hard starburst, an appointment card for my next dental appointment that's already come and gone, a ticket stub for a matinee of Interstellar, an unwrapped piece of dentine.
Reaching into your pockets again usually means you're in for a surprise. The lucky ones might discover some cash, while the rest of us, just like Peter, stumble upon a random assortment of useless stuff.
Refrigerator magnet from local electrician who is now arrested, and balled-up tissues with last year's flu on it.
You can't help but feel a connection with this scene. Sure, maybe what Peter's pulling out of his pockets is a bit over the top and bizarre, but let's be real, we've all been there.
You done with your pocket bits? It's freezing.
Number 7. Studio logo frustration.
Ah, good. It's starting.
Yeah, that's what you say. I can never figure out when the hell the studio logos end and the actual movie begins. All right.
Totally get it. These days, hitting the cinema isn't exactly for the impatient. I mean, we have so many studios and distributors involved. As our buddy Peter aptly puts it, it's like they're deliberately trying to mess with our heads.
Here we go. Movie! Well, now that seems intentionally misleading.
Trying to figure out when the trailers end and the actual movie we came for begins was frustrating enough. But now they've thrown in those endless studio logos. These logos are often way too extra for simple credits.
Oh, all right, period movie. Oh, not a period movie.
Yeah, folks, wonderful. You're pros at making flashy animated logos. Now let's hope you put that same level of effort in the movie we shelled out for.
Oh, this guy's in trouble. Can't wait to hear his story. Oh, come on!
Number 6. The truth about bowling alleys.
Are you serious? Dad's gonna run the house?
Hey, I can do it. I mean, it can't be any harder than that job I used to have at the bowling alley.
Bowling alleys. Those distinct spots we've all ventured into at least once. They are a mix of fun and, let's admit it, mystery. It's one of those outings where you'll often say, never again, only to find yourself back there the next month. And Peter, well, he just nailed that perfect description.
Bowlerama. Yes, we're open. Oh, yes, we have a wide selection of balls that are way too heavy or have too small finger holes.
With nothing more than a phone call and a close-up on Peter, the show treated us to a few minutes of pure magic. Our beloved main character was spitting out truths like there's no tomorrow, making us burst into laughter in the process.
Yes, sir. All of the joysticks in the arcade are completely covered in pizza grease. No worries there.
Anyone who's set foot in a bowling alley at least once knows all this rings true. And to those who have no clue what we're talking about, seriously, what are you waiting for?
There is no smoking, but we do let you smoke. Yes, it's all terrible. Come on down.
Number 5. Quagmire's mom.
Quagmire, I'm afraid you're under arrest for statutory rape.
All right, but let me just send the pictures I took of her last night to all my friends.
A few moments later.
Oh, yeah! Boom! You're disgusting.
You know, Family Guy's all about enveloping the envelope, but sometimes they tend to go too far, tiptoeing the lines of bad taste. This episode with Quagmire's mom is a prime example of that.
How in the world did you not know she was underage?
Well, in retrospect, she did ask a lot of questions about To Kill a Mockingbird.
Should have sent her my way. I love that book. Oh, Gregory Peck. Whew.
So, during a wild night of partying, Quagmire hooks up with a schoolgirl, leading him to some well-deserved trouble. Then, when he's facing the music in court, he points the finger at his nymphomaniac-turned-religious mom for all his wild antics.
I have no choice but to sentence you to 20 years in prison.
Oh, no, you don't.
Mom?
Crystal?
So, this episode's like, what on earth? And even its ending is all kinds of controversial. But Glenn's mom's getting cozy with the judge to save him from that well-deserved slammer time. But thank God Peter was there, laying on the sarcasm and voicing what was on everyone's mind.
Quagmire got away with it and learned nothing. That's great.
Number 4. Mr. Robot Chicken.
We'll sneak into the drama category. That's how we'll win the Emmy, with dark, confusing plot twists like on Homeland or Mad Men.
Ooh, or Breaking Bad, or Mr. Robot Chicken.
Okay, maybe this ain't exactly what's on everyone's minds, but I bet a bunch of you could totally relate to this scene. The Griffin family was going at it, trying to figure out how to bag an Emmy, and things got a little touchy.
No, Chris, it's Mr. Robot.
Chicken.
Mr. Robot.
Chicken.
Many of us think Robot Chicken, kind of like The Amazing Mr. Robot, might be a solid show, but the deal is, watching Peter lay it all out there with no filter and no beating around the bush is just too darn funny not to make our list.
Mr. Robot is a critically acclaimed show. Robot Chicken is something kids used to watch in 2006.
The thing about these big truths is that even if you don't always see eye to eye, some arguments are just so straight up and awesome that you can't help but give them a nod, right? That's right, nod along with me.
It's basically 4 minutes of nonsense on at 1 in the morning breaking up personal injury ads.
Chicken.
Number 3. Struggling with plastic wrap.
What are you doing? Turn that chainsaw off!
Not a chance, Lois. You know how hard it was to get that thing started? It was even worse than trying to cover anything with saran wrap.
Now, the funniest bits in Family Guy tend to be the craziest ones, but every now and then what really gets us cracking up is the total opposite. Those moments when they take a really long yet totally relatable time to dive into our everyday woes. Oh, I'm pretty sure we all relate when we see poor Peter battling it out for over a minute with one of the kitchen's most annoying death traps. That darn near impossible to handle invention, cellophane. Watching this scene is like splitting your sides and going, yeah, that's me all the way. All in one go. It's like seeing yourself in Peter and having a good laugh at your own expense and all those times you've been through it. And to wrap it up, Peter leaves us with one last truth bomb.
Perfect. Can't wait to throw that out in 2 weeks.
Number 2. Gay marriage.
Everyone, Ricardo and I are getting married! Ooh, you hear that, Meg? Guys can marry other guys now. So, that's pretty much it for you, isn't it? I mean, you might as well pack it in. Game over.
Every now and then, Family Guy takes a break from wild antics to tackle some real-world issues. And this time, they delved into the subject of same-sex marriage. Surprisingly, with style.
There you are. Listen, Ricardo and I want to thank you for letting us have the wedding here.
Oh, You having the wedding here?
While Lois remains skeptical throughout the episode, it's Peter who emerges as the unexpected voice of reason in the Griffin household. He breaks free from his usual antics, dropping truth bombs like a pro.
Lois, I don't know what the big deal is, so they're gay. It's not like we're gonna have a gay orgy in the living room.
This episode proves that Family Guy, amidst all its craziness, can also serve as a platform for addressing contemporary issues and conveying crucial messages. And thanks to Peter and his candid reflections, it manages to deliver a crucial message for today's society.
Who cares, you know? If gays want to get married and be miserable like the rest of us, I say we should let them.
And number 1, eating at the ballpark.
Man, spending a whole day with him is going to be worse than eating at a ballpark.
Nearly all of us have hit up a stadium at some point, and you bet we've all dabbled in that stadium cuisine. Oh, savoring a classic hot dog at the ballpark is a quintessential American move, but you know what? Peter's not entirely off base.
I'll take one terrible beer filled up way too high so I spill most of it, and a too long hot dog on a too short bun. And do you have mustard and relish?
Yeah, it's right there between the entrance and the exit to the bathroom.
Just hearing Peter call out the annoying quirks of chowing down at a stadium is just plain hilarious. Even if a little voice inside us whispers, "Isn't that part of the charm?"
And can I get a bag of unsalted peanuts? You know, something I would never eat anywhere else in the world.
Sure, here you go.
Great.
It ain't the first time Peter gifted us a dose of pure gold, speaking the thoughts we keep to ourselves. Let's hope it won't be the last, but seriously, who's gonna turn down a quality hot dog at the ballpark?
Can't wait to have diarrhea in the stall with no door while 20 guys wait for me to finish.
Thank you for watching, you awesome people. Be sure to subscribe and like this video for more Family Guy content. If you're still up for it, check out Family Guy 10 Crazy Things You've Never Noticed, shown on your screen right now.
You know it's gonna be awesome.